I don't know what you're titling the stream, Joe, but the title of this session in my notes is going to be Rank Schemes.
I think
Rank schemes.
I think the title of this one is Unrest in the High Mountain, is what I've called it.
Also valid. All right, so
It was originally going to be Time for Revolution, but I was like, that might get me banned. Because everybody's currently mad at Twitch because they're like using people's streams for AI bullshit.
nonsense.
You have to like
yeah.
opt out of it, and even if you opt out of it in the terms of service, they can basically still do it, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So last session we began this new adventure in Dun Aludur, the dwarven city beneath the high mountain. We got some lore on the city. It is ruled by King Thorum Emberhand, as well as the Council of Fire Giants that have been appointed, which are Zunluck, Duke of the Flux, Zolto, Duke of Iron, and then I didn't catch the third one's name, and I forget it. And I didn't.
It's Haluk, Haluk.
Haluk,
Duke of Embers.
Duke of Embers. That's right. And we know Fire Giants negotiated their way into the city with talks of their trade and their improvements to forging. The city was kind of redesigned for Fire Giants in mind in terms of architecture.
Made by Fire Giants for Fire Giants.
Not made by, but
No,
made
yeah, true.
for now.
Forced to be made for Fire Giants.
We are but some ordinary folk within the city. Barak was working in the slag collection area, and I didn't summarize my notes, so I'm trying not to just read all of them again. He had his colleagues there that were also working, and Wolfrin was the Dwergar who was overseeing the two pylons, and he is with the ERC, I believe it is.
ELC. Yep. Oh, you're with the ELC.
Yeah, it's the Elemental Research.
Yomergun music tonight?
Oh yeah, that's what I thought that was. I heard the tunes. But Barak and Wolfrin were in the same area working separately, and Ellie Wick, a small dwarf or gnome? Gnome, that's right, I'm sorry. I just remember you were described as stout, so I assumed dwarf. But Ellie Wick approached, and she was selling some wares to some of the workers, and Borak bought some vials, and amidst the conversation, chaos ensues as Wolfrin kind of jailbreaks these elementals out of these pylons, and then just fucks off from his duties and lets them kind of be a menace.
Broke out one. The other one just got pissed off and did it on its own.
But the elementals got out, and they're screaming, destroy, destroy, and Borak runs, grabs a guard, and then promptly quits. The guards go about fighting these elementals and beating them into submission, and they're reduced to bracers, or was it bracers that they got reduced to?
Yes, yeah,
that was all
like
that remained.
Like a pile of ash with a pair of like bronze ruby inlaid bracers that just slams against the ground as they perish.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. But Wolfrin was trying to get these bracers, and the guards were not having it. And eventually the three of us leave and are talking about the day and just kind of the craziness that happened. And Wolfrin leads us to the Last Light Tavern.
in the Narrows.
in the narrows of the city. And while we were drinking and conversing, a funky little gnome approached us, Rankle Spur Sprocket, and boy did he have some ideas and some gusto. But came from a noble gnomish family and is not doing so hot. Told us at 2:17 a.m. to meet him at the address he gave us, because that is where we are going to have a meeting with other like-minded individuals that might have something to say about the way the fire giants are doing shit.
Yep.
And Wolfrin also quit and then tried to ixnay it and get the bat back that he sent.
And succeeded.
Yep.
Yes.
I got the
I
bat at the end.
forgot about that.
Successfully retrieved your messenger bat to the home address of your boss, whose name is Archie Strongjaw. Uh-oh.
Oh, I was muted. My bad. Charlie was barking, so I was muted. Yeah, he also lives in the Distillery District number 20. I take better notes in this game than I do in the main campaign.
Yes. You guys hear me? Just
Yes.
checking in. Okay,
Yeah.
my mic click just disconnected. Hang on.
Oh no.
All right. Yes. Yeah. So, after a chaotic late night shift with Barak and Wolfrin and Eliwick kind of just finding her way into this mess, a scene unfolds in the Ironworks. And through, happenstance or destiny, the three of you, become friends this evening. And you meet a curious, gnomish man coming from a noble lineage, the Spur Sprocket family. I think that three of you would have heard of this family before. It depends on who you're talking to, but the Spur Sprocket family runs the Cogs. Number 4 on the map.
Where's number 4?
Some people will say otherwise, but I think most folk, like the three of you, will agree. Yeah, the Spur Sprockets still run the Cogs. They're a strong gnomish family of a gilded lineage within the city.
Sounds like a good place to build up a rebellion.
Within this conversation with this curious individual, statements, comments, notes of unrest, displeasure, and overall dissatisfaction of a portion of the city have been expressed. And a spark has been ignited. All of you are very familiar about what can happen with a spark, especially in this city.
When we started this, you said this is an active volcano, right?
Say again, sorry?
You said this is an active volcano that we're at or in?
Yeah, so long ago, the mountain that the city is in erupted and caused massive destruction and destroyed part of Neverwinter once upon a time. But that is, your grandfather's story, right?
Mhm.
But yes, this is what is the word? Someone that studies the earth and geologists of the area will say, yeah, this is still a very much active volcano. And Barak especially would know that this realm-renowned Hellfire Forge taps into the raw, elemental energy of this planet that all of you exist on.
All else fails, we just get the elemental and blow up the whole mountain. That's the point.
Yeah, this curious fellow, Rankle Spursprocket, hands you an address with a time. Meet me here. And he leaves the Last Light Tavern. The three of you are left. I guess we'll let the three of you articulate your feelings after speaking with this individual. How's everyone feeling?
Say Barak is probably feeling more optimistic than he's felt in quite some time. But
Yeah, you just quit your job.
Still cautious or worried about what's ahead of him.
Okay.
Ellie looks, I think, angry. I think seeing what transpired and just having kind of that slow rage of losing everything, seeing her city slowly be taken over, just angry.
Yep.
Ready to do something.
I think
Not sure what, but
I think Wolfren, coming from he's from the Underdark and Menzo Branson, so he's probably seen his fair share of riots and stuff get completely demolished. So he's like, I hope we can get these elementals out, but he's like, if it has to come to it, I'm out. I'm like,
yeah, you're being from Menzo Branson, you've dealt with this kind of cruel, almost dictatorship, but from the Drow.
Yeah.
Where they rule over this underground city with a absolute iron fist. And yeah, a lot of what the Fire Giants are doing is very reminiscent of the home that you fled.
Yeah, the Drow matriarchy is very scary. So and if you disobey them as a drow, you get turned into a drider.
Okay. Yeah, the three of you are in this Last Light Tavern. Like I said before, it's this tavern kind of it's in the Narrows, a very tight, cavernous passageway sector of the city, free from the physical influence of the Fire Giants because they cannot access these tunnels. Correct, right? But with this tight corridors comes curious infrastructure and stuff like that. So this tavern, half of it is on stone, and then half of it is just hanging off into a ledge that falls into the caverns below, and it's supported by beams and trusses.
Sick.
are there other areas that we know of that the Giants can't access in the city?
Yeah, let's zoom into the map a little bit. And can you guys see the legend and everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The 4, the cogs. 16, the steam fields. 17, the narrows. 20, the distillery district. Essentially, the fire giants can only access like the center of the city, 2, 3, 9, 1. 5, the Thane's Bulwark, the front gate of the city. And then the
3 real estate.
10, 11, it's kind of just like the larger expanses of the city, but anything that's more tight and narrow is kind of free of their influence, but still patrolled by their Goliath guardsmen.
Okay.
But yeah, the 6 and 12, like the east and western vein, that's still free game for the fire giants. They'll stroll in there and monitor, stuff that's going on. 7, the guild artisan halls, they'll still stroll their way up there too.
Okay.
Especially 10 as well, the Crucible of Flux. That is where the Duke of Flux spends most of his time.
Like a place
Okay.
that would blow up. That looks like a place that blows up.
It does look like a place that would blow up.
And then Barak, you would know that Duke Zalto, the Duke of Iron, spends most of his time at number 1 or number 3, either in his council hall or at the Hellfire Forge.
Okay. And you said in that
And
Zalto?
Yes.
We should
that's the
stay
one
away
that
from there because I was
your
level 5
other
when he one-shot me.
characters met at the Storm Giant Hall, where he slammed his massive hammer down and just deleted you all.
Yeah, I think we were level 5 or 6 when he one-shot us. And we're level 3, so we stay away from that one.
Nah.
Where you said Barak worked on
So where
the war
session,
machines.
Yeah, so where the first session primarily went down was number 2, the ironworks, and then like the floor below that is the slag pits, where Barak works.
And where do they like make the war machines and the
It's all just within like District 2 and 1. Like that's the heart of like the industry, like manufacturing of the city. That's where like everything super important goes on, is in 1 and 2.
Having a war machine in a rebellion would be real useful.
That would be neat.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and then say we'll just give a little bit more just background. Let's just dive into like a little more context within the city. I'll give you guys a little more identity here, right?
do it.
Okay. So Barak, 16, in your 5th floor, like just crappy studio apartment in the steam fields. There's this massive like volcanic river that runs through the center of this district. There's all kinds of technology and industry that harvests this, raw heat and provokes like these air elementals into existence. And then those elementals are bound and, subdued into powering the infrastructure of the city. The steam fields is not the best place to live. It's like living in like a industrial park. Like instead of having like on the bottom floor of your like apartment complex, it's a restaurant. Instead, it's like a factory.
I've been to Houston. I know what it feels.
Yep.
That shit sucks so hard.
Wolfrin, you've spent most of your time here, carving out a place for yourself in the Narrows. Just a tight, like secluded, abstract infrastructure part of the city, free from like the physical influence of the giants, obviously. Mostly gnomes live in this district, but also the majority of the Majurgar population of the city also lives in the Narrows. Things aren't, politically correct here. Districts are separated by trade and, labor skill level as well as race here. And then Eliwick, being a former, member of this massive glass-blowing guild that saw so much business, so much revenue. You have a little more perks to yourself as you're kind of on the way out of your luxurious career, still making what little sales you can to pay the bills. But you have a nice little spot over in number 7, the Artisan Guild Halls. You have a room that you stay in for free in your guild hall.
Okay.
And this guild hall, it's nicer than most parts of the city, as well as you have easy access to workshops and all the tools, all the materials you need to do whatever you need to do. Okay.
Okay.
And I would think Eliwick, in her spare time to clear her mind, would probably spend a lot of time at number 13, the Geyser Fens. And it's this massive, hot spring lake of groundwater that exists in the city as well. And just in certain times of the year, people will come here and use it as like a lake and luxury vacation or little place to just come hang out. You can stay on the shores of the Geyser Fens. A certain time of year, the water's not hot enough to hurt you, so we can come here and lounge and hang out, right? But these geyserous, strangely colored waters, when they erupt in whatever patterns is soothing, and a lot of people come hang out in the rocky cliffs above it and just watch the waters. And there's on that southern side of this lake, there's a whole dock network where there's a whole work industry where people sail these waters and trawl and kind of harvest what elementals will sprout from these geysers, air and water, and kind of contain them and then sell them to the industry of the city.
Oh, wow. I like a good soak.
Number 14 is where probably any of you would go. The Trader's Hall. It's kind of just this little labyrinth of hallways of a marketplace. Anything that you would want, buy, sell, trade, you would go there.
Cool.
I would imagine the three of you either have, depending on how you like to keep your financials, probably Eliwick, you would have an account at 15, Dunletter Bank and Holdings.
Okay.
What else? Number 5, the Thane's Bulwark is a multi-layered defensive entry / barracks for the a traditional dwarven guard of the city. Those loyal to King Emberhand are the first point of defense that guard the entrance to the city.
That's the main entrance near there.
Yep.
Are these other entrances to the city across the top and the two on the side?
They're like other entrances, but the ones on like the northern part of the map, those are like, if you know, you know. And then the
Okay.
ones on the southern side, on the left and the right, those are like traditional entrances. Most people don't enter through the steam fields because the water runs out that way, but there is access there if you wanted to.
Okay.
You just gotta make it past the steaming hot waterfall to get in and out from
Correct.
that side.
Yep. Yeah, but there is access. Yeah, there. And then the like, you guys live deep deep within this mountain, and it's hot in this city. Like there's, you guys use water elemental or like magical runes to like have cooling for yourselves, like when you're inside somewhere, right? But it is hot in the city. But on the exterior of this mountain, the entrance is at like the snow-capped like peaks of this mountain range.
Nice.
Very cool.
What else? The number 8, the Hall of Muradin. Most dwarves that either grew up in the city or have a family lineage of the city will go to number 8 once a week for like a kind of a church ceremony. Muradin is the god of the dwarven people, like the primary god. And as far as temples in the city, that's about it.
Do the fire giants have any temples that they've established in the city?
As far as you would know, Barak, they have their own lineage, their own gods, their own pantheon, and that doesn't concern you, and they definitely keep that on the hush-hush.
Secret religion.
Would I know, or as part of the ERC, would I know, like, is there, like, is the veil to, like, the elemental planes thin here? Because, like, if they're capturing elementals at the lake and stuff, they usually come from the planes, so.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that then. So Wolfrin, most of your assigned spots in the city are going to be in 2, the Ironworks, 1, the Hellfire Forge, working 100% with fire elementals and their containment. Okay. Every once in a while, you'll get assigned to 13, the Geyser Fens. But mostly other people that you work with work that post. You'll only work there like if someone calls out, but yeah, you would see water and air elementals congregate and like apparate there. And then in the steam fields 16, predominantly air elementals, and you've overseen some of the acquisition, infrastructure, capture of these air elementals in that district as well. And then every once in a while, ERC will see earth elementals at the west and eastern vein, so 6 and 12. And usually when those pop up, the like either the miners or the guard station there will kind of just like, get rid of them and then just have like conditions back to where people could start digging again.
Fire elemental in 2, air and water in 13, and then earth elementals in 6 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So all 4 elements are present within the city, and I think,
does the ERC like know where they're coming or like why they show up in this city?
Give
More
me
often
a
than
history
other places?
check.
Fuck, where's my sheet? There we go.
Music is
history.
killing me. I feel like I'm watching like an old cartoon, like a black and
This
white
is
cartoon.
World of Warcraft, baby.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, this
Yep.
is Nomergon.
History, that's 13 plus 2, 15.
15. Okay. So the ERC is in like a dwarven lifespan is a relatively new, org, right?
Mhm.
Since you live several hundred years. Probably been around 30, 40 years. And before its founding, before the Fire Giants, this city kind of coexisted with the elementals. And there was, parts where we didn't go, we don't want to interfere, they're hostile, whatever, like it's too much work, to fight them off. We'll make our own tech. Everything was powered by like coal or, lava flow, whatever. And then once the Fire Giants kind of spread their influence in the city and convinced the Thane to, join ventures, right? They introduced the concept and the idea, and with the gnomish and dwarvish engineering, the technology to bind and harness the power of the elements came about. And, in the beginning, it led to insane prosperity, economic boom, and the city is far beyond in like technical prowess than even like Waterdeep. But as time goes on, the details of the practices and how all this is, comes about kind of come into light. And that's where the three of you kind of come in. And you are not alone in your opinions of, how things operate in the city. And there is a level of cruelty, depending on how you think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's kind of just, what, where your moral compass lies. There is a obvious economic boon, to harnessing the elemental energies, but at what cost? And then the other driving force is the alternative materials that the giants have brought into the city, the metallurgic amber. It's this like metallic yet like goopy amberous, and it's classified as a metal.
That's where
But when
it's assumed the flux fever comes from, right?
Yes, yeah, that's what the most people think that have worked with this thing firsthand, and Barak can attest to this, is when it's introduced to the high temperatures in the forge and like merging with metals, like the byproduct of that is like toxic heavy fumes, and it makes people sick, and it like radiation poisoning almost.
Yeah. It's like when we used to deal with mercury with our bare hands as humans.
Yes, yeah. And the introducing this stuff into the production, the results are like outstanding, and like the strength and the durability and all the stuff that you can get from using this amber, infusing it with metals, makes things way stronger, but also at what cost? Slowly, day by day, week by week, month by month, the labor force is shrinking, and they're bringing more people into the forge, offering insane wages just to get people to come and work. But then there's a portion of the population that is like irradiated and sick. And most people have these like bulging, like blue and purple green, like varicose veins and red puffy skin, and they can't move, and their body just like slowly just like deteriorates, like flint. But the two of you seeing Barak, he is self-admittedly afflicted with this sickness, and yet where the varicose vein would be, he has almost like hardened chunks of this like sappy amber like growing out of his skin.
He's like mutating with it more than he's like
and
suffering from a
you know
disease
his
now, right?
respiratory system is obviously afflicted with it, and he'll cough embers and sparks out of his mouth, but these sparks will flitter and flutter and float and skirt and fly around in the air almost as if they're alive. But yeah, enough of the chitter chatter. The three of you in the Last Light Tavern, sitting there after speaking with Rankle. Maybe Barak kind of covers his mouth and lets out a heavy cough, and these just like sparks and little embers kind of spew out, and they float and glitter and like dance around in the air, almost like the like insects before they kind of fade out of existence. And that's where we'll pick up. What's the vibe? What's the mood? You just got talked to by some random weirdo gnome guy in very nice but dirty clothes, talking to you about, come meet me here. Let's band together. Let's do this.
And,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, just clarifying question. You said, off like our common understanding of the city, that the Spur Sprocket family, that they currently run the cogs.
The
Like in the sense of like they're the family.
They're the original, owners of the cogs, right? There's two schools of thought with, all this new industry flooding in, new names, new faces are coming in, but the people that grew up in the city or have like, generations of family would know that, yeah, the Spur Sprockets run or used to run the cogs.
Okay. Just double checking, because I got like the vibes from Rankle when he was talking about like coming from a noble family, that his family was like not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of a similar deal with like Eliwick. There's all these young, up and coming people that are jumping on these new gimmicks and new materials and everything, and those are the folks that are boosted, in like the hierarchy of being like an artisan in the city. And the entire city, everybody here is some sort of tradesman. If you're not a tradesman, then you're not worth a damn in the city. Like, this is a city of business, a city of industry.
Is this after I came back from getting the bat, or did they come with me? I forget.
I thought you came.
Eliwick stayed, and because you went after the bat, and then you were making your way back, so I imagine you're back at the tavern with us, because we stayed, because Barak gave Eliwick that paper with his address on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The three of you are back at the Last Light. Wolfrin, you have that note from the bat. It kind of has some claw marks like in it, but your letter of resignation that you filled out and took back at the last second. So technically, you are still employed by the ERC, and you have work in the morning.
True. I shouldn't have work in the morning if I was working graveyard shift.
Hey,
I could.
It's a city of people that make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like they run a tight ship.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that Bayrock just kind of coughed all this stuff up.
Yeah,
right?
and
he like coughs up like sparks almost, and those sparks, like when they enter the air, they glide and float around like lightning bugs until they like eventually disappear and just fade out.
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but are you sure that's not contagious? I've never seen a flux do that before.
we've not seen Flux do what it do to us to anyone.
I'm sure you're the only one that you know of. Well, what is it? Is it just like that amber shit coming out of you, or what?
Barak would take a look around the tavern we're in first. Like, is it like popping right now?
I mean, it's you guys and everybody else getting off graveyard shift that
Okay.
lives in or near the Narrows. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and no one's paying attention. Like everybody's dead, fucking tired. Like just grabbing some food, grabbing a drink.
Then, yeah, kind of like putting both of his elbows on the table. Say, think demonstration be easier, but it is the amber, yes, but also these. And he's gonna hold both of his hands like with his fingertips like angled towards each other, and from his palms, all these fireflies with like the same yellow glow are just gonna start kind of forming out of his palms, and then there's gonna be one notably larger, like amber-ish beetle kind of flying in the midst of this swarm, and just kind of going in like bird migratory fashion, just like making little shapes as they're all flying, because there's just tons of little ones, thousands of little like fire mite.
And these bugs, they live in you now?
Yeah. Yes, we are I guess package deal.
In
Well,
in this
makes sense.
sentence of we, are you still you, or are the mites in control?
I am me, but we are we.
And everyone speaks primordial, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
found that out last session, yeah.
And on
If-
skittering.
No one has
kind of
questioned what I
like-
said to the elementals.
And kind of
Or questioned me.
skittering like on fluttering wings as the swarm kind of flows about the table before Barak brings it in, and he makes the comment. He's like, "Yeah, I am me," and then you hear like in the dialect of skittering wings, but a primordial, and it says, "We are us."
Oh. They talk.
They do. If one is willing to listen.
Wolfrin probably, you look over and Wolfrin puts the gas mask back on, and you just hear him in Primordial say, "As long as you remain us over there and I remain I over here, we are okay."
Said,
I-
don't
I-
fucking touch
I-
me.
I could see like Wolfrin like being cautious putting on the mask, but also like these skittering bugs, like if one of them or like a few of them landed on your hand, like I could see you also like embracing it and being like super curious, like just studying.
Yeah, like since they speak Primordial, Wolfrin also is like, is this elemental? Is this plague from the plains?
We do not know. We got sick with flux fever. We thought we were dying. But eventually we pulled through.
And we help. Now us survive.
And they helped.
Do you remember where you were from before? I'll say in Primordial to the bugs.
Nothing before. Until we are us.
Elliewick's gonna like just kind of blow towards them and just try to control flames, and not anything harmful by any means, but like see if she's able to manipulate them in any way, like
Okay.
seeing like the little embers or whatnot.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, you'll cast that spell with a breath, stoking a flame, right? And the swarm will kind of swell within this tavern like 2 or 3 times the size of it is now. You'll see Barra kind of scramble, arms in the air, kind of like trying to bring everything back in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just breathe back in.
Would be
And
keeping that under control if I can.
I'm sorry. I just never seen nothing like it. I didn't know if it was like other things or not.
And you'll hear from like across the place, they're like, "Aye, if you want to
Sorry.
smoke, go outside. No flames inside."
Got it.
Very sorry. So we try to keep a lower profile, just because we are unsure how most will react. But we see promise here.
Has it gotten any worse since?
Been nothing but better since we got through that illness.
Is there a way to use that to help
kind of like on these
others
like skittering
afflicted?
wings? It says like, "We are fine. He improved."
They seem a little full of themselves.
Full of great things.
Can you help others with this that are afflicted by the flux?
We do what we can to ease their pain, but we cannot cure it.
And we are one.
Yes, we are. But no.
To help others, we need new host. No
Pulls the
host.
gas mask a little tighter.
Like he.
No host like who?
He improved.
Well, I seem to really like you. Can they do stuff for you? Or
Yes, we have not, I say practiced, but we definitely feel the potential.
you quit your job today?
Yes.
What's that about? Finally
We
had
were,
enough?
in sense, we thought of quitting for a while. That seemed as good time as any. The just constant pain of, well, almost a curse of being able to understand them. The elementals.
I can imagine that was hard for both of you to hear every day.
It wasn't always like that. Back when working in the Hellfire Forge, much better. But then all of the metallurgic amber multi-metallurgic amber being pushed in. Definitely make one reconsider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because before the amber was introduced, the primary thing that this Hellforge was known for is being able to melt down orichalcum, which when infused with, mithril, iron, steel, whatever, just increases, tensile strength, every attribute of it, tenfold. But orichalcum is rare and is expensive. And this city went through its natural veins long, long ago.
Do either of you, I mean, you've worked in there. Do either of you know where that amber stuff comes from? Where they get it? What it is?
We know it comes from fire giants.
I have a new theory with our friend's affliction.
We see it more
Theory.
as blessing, but understandable.
I believe the amber may be also from something to do with the elementals. These they speak with the primordial tongue, which is from elemental. I can only imagine what horrible things they do to make the amber if what they have on display already is torture for their power sources.
Wolfrin and Barak, one of you make a history check with advantage.
Hey, what's your
Whoever's got
history?
higher. Since you guys have both worked in this place before.
Mine's only a +2.
I have a +0.
Okay. You said with advantage?
Wolfram?
Yeah.
See if we can get you guys a little more tidbits of info here.
Oh, that is a 12. 10 plus 2.
A 12.
I rolled a 10 and a 2.
Both of you within the Hellfire Forge, there's this massive platform that hangs over a cavern filled with lava. And there's this chain bridge that stretches over to this gigantic pure mithril anvil, like an anvil the size of like a Capitol building in Neverwinter. And upon this anvil, a waterfall of lava rains upon it, superheating it. And with ancient fire giant runes, a enchantment was cast upon this anvil. Tapping into a force that can superheat metals in a fraction of the time that it would take. But the two of you have personally seen Zunluck, the Duke of Flux, plus Fire Giant Guard, on this massive platform that hangs over the lava lake, kind of apparate through a portal to a plane that you do not know, carrying, crates or massive, cartloads of this metallurgic amber. And once they cross, the portal from which they came quickly closes. And, you know, at various intervals on the shop floor, you know, this metallurgic amber is brought in.
You said the fire giants do or the Goliaths do?
The
what-
both. Yeah, but the one of the 3 fire giant council members personally, plus Goliath, you know, accompaniment, will open a portal on this massive shop floor and stroll through with just heaps of this metallurgic amber.
And where do they, or is the portal the same place every time, or do they just like open it where they need it?
It's open wherever they need, and where it leads to, the two of you do not know. That is kept on the hush hush.
Okay.
And only your like Grandmaster Foreman would have that info.
Are we planning to do anything else at this tavern, or are we wanting
Yeah, we have
to...
a few hours to kill till 2:17 a.m.
In 2 days, right? Wasn't it 2 days from now?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
You are correct. Yeah.
I think Wolfren
So
would
we have
probably.
a few hours to kill until 2:17 a.m.
I think Wolfren, since he didn't quit his job and might have to work, he would probably like finish his drink and just say, "I will meet you at." Are we going to this? And I'll like gesture to the like address on the paper.
We are going.
I'm going. Yeah.
Then
Are you gonna go?
I will meet you there in 2 days. I may have work tomorrow, so I need to.
Someone make a investigation check with advantage as you stare at this address scrawled on this ripped piece of parchment.
Investigation is not me, so
I got +3.
go for it.
Investigate away.
Okay. Oh,
With advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Yay!
that's cocked on my screen, but yeah. Take it.
I landed fine on mine.
Yeah, Eliwick, you would, after like finally like reading this address, you know, the numbers and the name of the ad, you would know that this place is in the cogs, number 4.
Yeah.
Like you're
You all know where it's at?
familiar with this area. You used to have a bunch of vendors, a bunch of clients in this area. Like you know those streets. Yeah.
Okay.
With the cogs being, I imagine, just based off of like the vicinity to the steam fields, being one of the places Barak probably does his little
those 2 districts kind of like coincide with each other. They lean on each other for a lot of things.
Yeah.
You would have gone to the I mean, all of you have gone to the cogs before, you know, but Eliwick specifically used to go to the cogs on strictly business.
We know generally where it is.
So you're gonna go back to work, and then just meet us in 2 days.
This is the plan.
If anything changes in the meantime, and Barak will scrawl his address on a piece of paper and give it to Wolfren as well. As of today, we are unemployed, so if anything changes and you need anything, we have the free time to help as needed. And that goes for you as well. Looking at Eliwick.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get a hold of some folks. I know. Got a lot of thinking to do.
I would also just give everybody my address, and if I need to get a message to you, you may be spoken to by a small animal.
Okay. Any kind of animal? I mean, guess if it's speaking, it'll be fine. I'll know it's from you.
I try to aim for flying ones, but sometimes all I can find are mice or rats. We live
We will
underground.
keep eye out.
Mice, rats, or like an occasional giant spider.
Yeah. You probably see me holding a bat because I have to wait till this spell duration goes away, or I have to kill this bat, and I don't want to kill the bat. So when the duration ends in 24 hours, I can release this bat.
I thought you thorn whipped it.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, is it dead? Then I wouldn't have
You
it.
did.
I thorn whipped it to pull it down, and it had
thorn
1
whipped it,
HP.
Yeah, to pull it down. Bats have 1 HP. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay, it's dead.
Gibbed the
Scrap
bat,
that.
It got your note and just took off. Yeah.
Scrap that. Don't have that.
You think you're gonna be in any more trouble?
But yeah.
I may have issues with the guards at some point. I did burn their citation.
Eh.
Okay. All right. So the two of you so everyone's going home for the evening. We'll reconvene in 2 days at 2:17 a.m. Right?
Yep.
I mean, we can narrate some stuff, but let's do a little fiver here if anyone needs a bathroom, restroom.
That works.
Sounds good.
Drink, and then we'll pick up in the morning when Wolfrin goes to clock in.
Yeah, I can release some more elementals and then disappear.
Okay.
All right.
All right, yeah, I'll be back in like 5.
Okay. I'm gonna run ads so you guys don't miss anything, and we will be right back. I'm back. Blim, 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 blim. Boom, 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 boom. Hello.
Back to work. You thought you were gonna have a day off.
Just gotta lower the levels a little on every single station, and then they can break out on their own. And then
Eh,
I'm back.
welcome back.
All right. Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
Beverage?
I ate a donut. And there's a little like homemade mom and pop shop. I had one left.
Nice.
All right, let's get ready to get triggered by some manufactured workplace drama.
Logan, I feel like
All
you're
right.
like living some stuff out from your
Oh, yeah.
last
Oh, yeah.
job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all of this is coming from lived
Yeah.
A lived place. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. So the three of you exchange addresses, kind of parting convo, right? We leave the Last Light Tavern in the Narrows. Everyone goes their separate ways. Eliwick, your little suite in the Artisan Guild halls. Barak in your fifth story studio apartment above a factory in the steam fields, and Wolfrin just down the street in the Narrows. You got a little studio spot, and by studio I mean it's a room divided in half with a makeshift wall, and there's a gentleman that lives on the other side of you. Yeah, everyone finds their way back home, gathers themselves, does their nightly routine, crawls into bed, and I would imagine kind of struggling to fall asleep, thinking about what happened today. Contemplating what happens next. And then we'll fast forward, 5-6 hours later. It's about 7 a.m. Wolfrin, your various little animal companions, a bat kind of perched on your the headboard of your bed just begins to screech just over and over and over again, jolting you awake. Yeah, you remembered that, you signed up to work a graveyard and then an opener.
Never in my life would I ever do that. But I'm not Wolfrin.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yep, yeah, you forgot in the chaos of last night that you promised, there's this little old lady that works with you too, Geraldine, old gnomish lady, well into her years. She needed a shift covered tomorrow in the geyser fence, and you until now you forgot that. I'm supposed to do that this morning.
Oh, at least it's near the fence. It's not as bad. And he just starts putting on his clothes and heads out.
Okay. Yeah, and you'll head north, kind of going through the Narrows, and then kind of breaching around the Spore Bog as you head north to the docks on the southern side of the geyser. The
Excuse me.
ERC has their own dock. You'll report, to your supervisor. You've met this guy a couple times before. He's just a very gruff, kind of just grumpy old dwarf named Augustus. And you hear him before you even see him, just barking orders off in the distance. All right, yeah. Get that crane over here. Get these crates on deck. All right. Hey, you there. What are you doing? Come on. We're not paying you for nothing.
I would get to work and
It's Wolfrin, right? Geraldine
Yes.
said she'd have a filler.
Yep, I'm covering for Geraldine today.
Wolfrin, huh? Okay. Right, well, take it you know what's going on, or you need a refresher?
I haven't worked the fens in a long time, so I would.
Looks
a
like you
small
haven't slept
refresher.
much either.
Yeah, I forgot when I said I'd cover for her. I had a graveyard last night, so not much sleep.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of pulls out a piece of parchment and just starts writing too. Like, don't mind me, I just like to keep notes while I'm working. All right. Well, these fellas better set sail in 10, 15, right? See that little trawler that's hooked up to the galleon?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you'll be spending your time today, okay?
Okay.
I've got 2 oarmen on boat. They'll row you around wherever you need to go. 7 pylons. Just, and I feel like you know what to do from there, yeah?
Yep. Check the levels. Report anything odd. The usual.
Okay. Yeah, water's been a little agitated lately, so, don't be surprised if, one of these airs or waters pops up on you, right?
I think
Take it you
every
can handle yourself, too? You got a blade or something on you?
he has a
Spells, something?
he has like a shield on his back and a small mace on his belt. And the mace looks like it's never been used, but he just gives a nod and I can handle myself.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure how long it's going to take you, but yeah, I guess whenever you're done, you can leave. Just come find me. I'll sign you off. Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Get to it. And kind of just gets, just turns back around and just starts barking orders. Hey, you, dude, I told you. What are you doing? Just starts yelling and screaming at people again. Yeah, so you just mosey on down the dock. And there's this galleon, and it's, just like reinforced with like these metal plates. It kind of just like defies physics. How does this thing float? But you would know, there's these specialized boats that can survive the heat, from these geyser fields, right?
Mm.
And you step onto the main deck and can give everyone a nod, and most of the deckhands kind of just roll their eyes at you. Like, oh, look at this guy,
Yeah.
And the captain is like, all right, yep. Trawler's down there. Just go below deck. Got a little ladder for you.
And I'll just give a nod and head down and.
Okay. Yeah, whenever you want us to cut the line, just shoot the flare. Yep.
Will do.
Okay, and then whenever you're done, shoot a flare again. We'll come on over, hit you up, tow you back.
Sounds good. And he'll start climbing down.
All right. Yeah. Don't break a nail down there. Kind of just laughs as he's walking off.
Wolfen just sighs as he keeps climbing.
Yeah, you walk down and kind of this very sketchy ladder. You kind of just, heel over hand as you're going down the ladder backwards, and it shifts left to right as you struggle to keep your balance a little bit, but you find your way onto this little, just like a single sail, like trawler boat. And, as you're on this ladder, you feel there are winds on these geyser fens as well. But it's just like a narrow, just like steel reinforced hull of this boat, and it all comes to like a sharp like point that raises up out of the water. Single sail. There's 2 dwarven men, the oarmen. They both kind of stare at you. They're both just very stereotypical, just dwarf, big beard, rings and braids and everything. Very rough, gruff, scarred. Just they both kind of just brow folded, just staring at you as you walk into the boat.
He'll just like give a nod. Morning. I'm covering for.
Morning to you. Name's Earl. This is Goyle. Goyle kind of just nods. Supposed to be orderman for today, yeah?
Yep, covering for Geraldine for the day.
Suppose you didn't bring any of those cakes that she makes you?
I believe that is what she is paying me to cover for.
So no cakes.
No cakes.
Goyle kind of just drops his head. Just. All right, well.
I'll let her know to bring some when she is feeling better.
All right, well. Where to?
I would just point out towards the first pylon we got to go to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Suppose 25, 30 minutes before they cut this line, and then, we'll row you over. You want to go in a particular order? Just 1, 2, 3, 1 to 7, whatever. I don't know.
Unless there's any easier routes you want to take, like if you know
I mean,
something gets worse
I don't
during
know.
a different
We've
time of day.
I don't know. It's 2 and 3 have been a little shisty lately. Last week we got attacked by some airs, and they almost flipped this dinghy over. So I would hope, since you don't got any cakes, I hope you're a little better in combat than Geraldine is. Yes.
I can handle myself. Yes.
All right. I mean,
how big is this thing we're on?
It's like a sloop. Like it's there's like a main deck. It's probably the whole boat's probably 12 feet long, like 5 foot wide.
Got it. Don't turn into a bear on this.
And there's like a short little staircase that leads to like an elevated platform, like on the very back of the boat, where there's like the wheel and then all of the like ropes and like mechanisms to like control the sail. And it's a very like front heavy vessel, and so like on the back of the boat, like all of the cargo, all the supplies is like stacked like on the very back to kind of like counterbalance it.
Okay. Gonna be hard to wild shape here. But
I don't see you. You don't got any knives, no bows, no staves, nothing.
Just my focus and my shield.
We like to know what we're getting into, but before we set sail, what's your deal?
I have trained as a druid. I can wild shape. I can cast some spells.
Okay. All right. Over them spells. I mean, if you're planning on, talking your way out of this, these elementals are angry nowadays. So.
Yeah, there were some problems last night with some fire elementals. I understand.
Oh yeah, you heard about that too?
2 broke out. The guards went crazy.
They smashed the whole shop. Whole thing's melted down.
Yeah. No one was hurt though, from what I saw. So.
Make a just like a general charisma check real quick.
That is cocked as hell. Let's fix this. There. That is a 12 plus 1, 13.
Kind of huffs in. Suits them Goliaths, right? Hope some of them even hurt or, maybe even killed.
We can only hope.
Yeah. Those sons of bitches raided the docks the other day, trying to catch us on infractions. Yes. Bunch of bullshit. Collecting tithes.
They're always calling us hippies. It makes no sense.
I ain't no hippie, I'm just honest work for an honest wage is all I care about. But dealing with, just they're overbearing, and I ain't too keen on, being told what to do by, some giants just because they're bigger than us.
Yeah.
We had a good thing going on before, all this shit happened. But suppose the wages are better than they were, right?
It is better, but at the cost of having to deal with these elementals, and like you said, they're
As far as the
getting
elementals
less
go,
and less
I mean,
happy.
It's a workplace hazard for me, If we don't have to fight them, I'll choose that over anything. But it is what it is at the end of the day, right?
Fair enough.
All right, yeah. Just you guys chat. Roll. Give me 3 Arcana checks. I'm going to take an average here as you survey these pylons.
Nat 20,
Ooh.
Arcana, 6, 8, and 10.
Okay.
We got 1 good one and 2
And
kinda
that 20 and
assholes.
8 to 10.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, 10 plus 12, sorry. I didn't add my Arcana to that one. So nat 20 at 12 and 8.
So on your journey, at some point, the line to your trawler is cut. And these oarmen take over using, brute strength, rowing oars, plus angling the sails. You find your way to these various pylons that are spread out in these geyser fens, mostly congregated on that island that's kind of in the, northern center, right?
Mm-hmm.
You navigate, 1, 2, they kind of take like an abstract route to get to 3, circumventing. And you can see off, like, as water like erupts and steam coalesces into like just raw like air elemental beings that they float on the surface and they thrash and clash even with each other.
Mm.
And this clash kind of throws a wind upon this lake, and these 2 oarmen will, catch that wind on the sails, and, one of them's like yanking on ropes hanging off the side of the boat while the other one's like turning the wheel all the way the other. They're doing the crazy maneuvers to get you to these pylons.
Mm.
You go to 3, 4, 5. On the 6th pylon, you go and they kind of get you close, and you kind of hook onto it with your arm and pull them in as you do what you need to do to get your readings. And erupting from the water, a massive spout of like boiling hot steamy water like bursts forth, rising 15, 20 feet in the air. And as that mist coalesces and lands on the water surface, a elemental being of air manifests itself. And it thrashes and gnashes around. What is this mysterious plane? In a primordial, just like howling, galing winds. These oarmen are, oh shit! Hey, drop the anchor! Drop the anchor! All right, yeah, Wolf. Your time to shine, hotshot. What you got?
I want to.
If this boat sinks, I mean, I cannot stress that we're done. All right.
I understand.
It is boiling water.
As it asked, what plane is this? I would answer, You were on the prime material? I don't know how you got here, though.
This is no prime realm. What? This smell on the winds. Poisonous. What is this place?
This...
You small folk. You're responsible for this.
The ones
And it-
responsible, and I will point up to the palace. Or up
It's-
there.
Swirls these arms made of pure wind together and launches a gale towards your boat, kind of rocking it to one side as like the very tip of the mast collides with this island that you guys are sailing up next to. Both of the oarmen are screaming, "All right, hey, you got to do something, man. We can."
I will shout in Primordial, you need to leave us alone. And I will cast Ice Knife and throw an ice knife at it. It's not is it on the ship with us or is it farther out?
It's like on the water surface,
Okay.
near the boat. Is this a persuasive or a intimidating ice knife?
This is a persuasive ice knife.
Okay.
I think
Roll
it's
a
the
persuasion
same,
for me.
actually. Yeah, it's the same. This one. Smack the shit out of my mic. 14 plus 0. Or no, plus 1. 15.
15. You make your spiel, hurl this ice knife, and it kind of bleeds and blends in with the swirling mist that makes up this air, and it kind of like a chunk of it solidifies for a moment, and it like gasps in pain, and then just glares at you and just gets ready to just launch another just burst of wind towards you. What do you want to do here? Roll for initiative real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
18 plus 3, 21.
Okay, you're going first.
Does the ice knife do damage? Or I have to roll the hit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
Go
rolled a
ahead
hit, and then it's a
roll.
deck save within 5
Oh,
feet of
yeah,
where it
so,
lands.
so you got your hit already. Yeah, just roll damage.
Okay. So that is a D10 for the initial damage, and then it has to make a deck saving throw.
Okay.
So that is 8 piercing damage.
That's a 3.
Oh wait, if it's piercing damage, I have a feat. What does my feat do? Piercing. Once per turn, you can reroll piercing damage from an attack. Oh, okay. I get additional damage. I have a crit. Okay. So it took 8 piercing damage, and then it failed the saving throw, so it takes 2d6 cold damage. So that is 7 cold damage.
Okay. Yeah, and you see like a portion of this air elemental like turns to like frost. Okay. It's going to retaliate with just a roaring like gust of wind that's going to rock not only you but the entire boat. Roll a strength save for me, and I'm going to roll along with you for the oarman.
I'm just gonna say, hold on.
Oh.
Hey, that's not bad. 15 plus 0 is 15.
Okay, and then we'll add your 15 to their 8.
Ooh.
Okay, we will narrowly succeed. You'll take, as well as the oarman, 6 points of bludgeoning. The boat rocks very hard to one side. Both of these gentlemen spring into action, leaping to the other side of the boat, acting as a counterweight. And they're both just screaming like, "You gotta do something! You gotta do something! Get this thing out of here!"
I will shout in primordial, we are not your enemies. The ones who enslave your people live in that palace. The fire giants are the true aim of your ire. And I'll say, but I will defend myself, and I will throw another ice knife.
Okay.
That is a d20 plus 6, 14 plus 6, dirty 20.
Hits.
For a d10, and then another deck save from you. 4 points of piercing. Wait, I can reroll that. Let me reroll that. 5 points of piercing? Hell yeah. And then it has to make a deck save, yeah.
It's Jesus, 9.
Hell yeah, that is a failure.
Nice.
For 7 more points of ice damage.
Okay.
Ice knife is like one of the best first level spells I've ever seen. Like that's a lot of damage for
blast with this air elemental. We'll cut across town to the steam fields. Little rewind in time. Barak waking up to the hiss and churn of steam industry and grinding gears below you. What's on the agenda today?
He would have woken up and he'd make his way over to the window in his like little living area.
Get a window?
And by the window, he's got like this little like hand carved or hand like crafted steel cage, and he's gonna feed his bird. And he's just got like a little cave swallow in a little cage. And then he would see if he can scrounge any food in his house, and then he would probably head with his day off. His plans for the day would be to probably go into...
Is there anything you want to explore?
He would probably go to either the Cogs or the Narrows and look around for some of the people he frequents with help with the flux fever, trying to aid their pain with what magic he can.
Okay. You've gone to a few different people, but the folks that have, they've helped like the physical ailments, but the folks that have like helped you not only physically but like mentally, spiritually, whatever, reside in the Cogs, the Stoneward family.
That is where we would head.
Okay. Yeah, kind of rising from your studio apartment, making your way down several flights of stairs and then passing through like a factory shop floor to leave your house. Like that's how like shitty of a place this is.
Yeah.
And all these workers kind of just stare at you as you walk through. But you make your way over to the cogs. And you stumble upon a place that you frequent before. The sort of like the shop, I don't know, like family guild hall of the Stone Ward family. And you frequently interact with a individual named Ronnie Stoneward. He's like, oh, there he is, Mr. Barak. How we doing today? He's kind of like out front, like watering like a moss in like mushroom garden that's in like the front of their guild hall.
Today we are good.
Yeah, and just above the streets of the cogs, there's pylons at the top of every major building, and there's just massive like arcs of lightning that stream back and forth between these pylons just constantly.
Yes, yes, today we are good.
Okay. You know, how's the joints?
They're good.
Still got your mobility? How's the back feeling? No stiffness, no paralyzation, nothing?
And Barack would be just kind of like stretching, and I imagine they're well aware. And like while he's stretching, oh, it was the music that dropped out. Yeah, while he's stretching, the queen would probably be like crawling around his arms, like in his shoulders while he's stretching. And
Okay, and I see, this young empress is doing well, and he kind of like reaches out like a single finger and strokes, and it's a pure like fiery elemental like beetle ant like queen, large like abdomen, small little thorax, and large like wings that kind of flutter and skitter and give off embers, and she crawls out from one of the large growths on Barak's body.
yes, she is doing well. Any word on your migrant brother?
So, yeah. Yeah, last time I talked to Flint, he's he joined some team to enter this tournament of power in Neverwinter.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, I just hope it's worth. I don't know. Apparently, this grand prize is some ring used to belong to some healer. I don't know. He thinks it might help, with your condition. Maybe some other folks here in town too.
We hope for the best. That's all we can do.
Yeah. I just hope they can pull through. Tournament power, like, and I know our construct in Zhao she sure is something, but tournament of power, I hope these people he met are as good as he's saying.
We are sure he will be fine.
Yeah. Hope so. But yeah, I guess let's just do the usual treatment here, and then
Of course.
yeah, I just like I said before, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to be before he gets back, but he's supposed to have some fancy healer rings here soon, so maybe that can ease some of the pain or hopefully cure someone.
They
I
probably
mean, you don't seem to be as in much pain as some of the other folk we're treating.
not since initial exposure. Because we were sick for many days, if not a week, and then we start improving drastically.
Yeah. And you're sure you're kind of like points to his head. He's like, everything's all good up there, I mean,
Yes.
you keep saying we and us. I just, you've been saying that for a while now. I just want to make sure,
We are okay.
What's your name?
Barak.
What's your, and then you're from, and you live on, like
I am
just
from the steam
so and
field.
so street. Yeah. Okay.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, these mites
me.
are quite curious. And I don't know. I mean, how, I know we talked about, getting some sort of sample. Has that conversation happened between you and the kind of quote queen?
I feel like it would have, because I feel like that's something that Barak would be able to like wrap his head around. Like if the queen would be okay, because if there's a family he trusts, it would be Ronnie and the Stone Wards, and trying to tell the queen like a few of these might be able to make the difference for a lot of sick people. I feel like Barak would have probably had this attempt at a conversation with the queen in the past, or like more recently.
Okay. Roll a persuasion for me real quick.
Teen.
In this discussion, things went back and forth, but you've come to a mutual sort of agreement. And the Firemite Queen, in this moment, to Ronnie, offers up a few of her worker mites. Kind of in a full display, like the entire colony crawls out from all of your various amber wounds
Wow.
on your body and forms like a visage behind you as the queen's like sits on your head, and two or three tributes step forward and offer themselves to the Stoneward family.
And Barak would also hold out one of the glass vials that Eliwick made for like these workers to go into, because I feel like that would have been a good purpose for him to buy that, because he knows it's not forged with the metallurgic amber. These are for you.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Tell her we'll be no harm done. We just want to figure out
Of course,
what's going on.
she is aware that we and I trust you.
Okay.
And I will... Ronnie, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure. Anything.
What can you tell me of a rankle spur sprocket?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Rankle. curious fellow. From my experience, bit of a drunk, but he's big shoes to fill. With all of his elders being run out of town. So, yeah, no. From what I hear, Spur Sprocket's, business, whatever empire they had going on, is being run by him and, his lessers, the youth of the family. And I don't know. Obviously, things aren't going well for a lot of us right now. I mean, even us, the Stonewarts, Things aren't what they used to be, so.
This, we ran into him last night, this Rankle, and quite a large persona with that one. Lots of talk of change. And truthfully, Barrock we find it hard to not agree with him on these ideas.
I mean, what sort of ideas?
He spoke as if he had plans for change within the city, plans for a uprising of sorts, or at least a pushback.
Okay. All I'm gonna say, Barack, is whatever you choose to do with on your spare time, I'll leave that up to you. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't, hear anything, right? Yeah, we us Stonewarts, I mean, I'm not trying to get political, but we try to just stay out of it, I just take care of yourself, all right? Just be careful, all right?
Will.
And if you ever need anything, just come to me, all right?
I will.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get your treatment done, all right? Here, come here. Sit down.
Let's do it.
Okay. And we'll shift over to the Artisan Guild Halls. Eliwick waking up in kind of your little studio, like, top story, it's like a 2 or 3 story building. Top floor, a little like glass dome building of the Glass Blowers Guild, the Priest of Glass, aptly named. But your little studio's like a Hey Arnold style thing. Like, you got your little glass dome, and there's a gap in the roof of the cavern where natural light comes in.
Yeah.
Kid
You
never
wake
leaves
up in
his
just
stool.
a nice but very cluttered room in disarray.
Mm-hmm.
Very fitting for where you're at in life right now. All of your plants and little mushroom garden you used to keep in here is a few days without water from how stressed you are. And there's just bits and bobs and baubles, glass little things everywhere, all different kinds of crates of ingredients and bags of salts. And I kind of just wake up just thinking about what happened last night and what's on the agenda.
Yeah. I'd get up and probably realize I didn't water the plants, do that, and then start like tinkering, flowing some glass, like, just kind of picking up wherever I left off here. But after a while, Eliwick would want to. You mentioned that she had an account possibly at this bank, so she would
Money, money, money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
want to stop by there, and then also like throughout the day, she's wanting to kind of hit up some of her old contacts or just kind of feel out maybe people's rage, their just who's disgruntled, and kind of have some
Okay.
conversations of like feeling
Sure.
that out.
Okay. So let's leave the guild halls, number 7. We'll take a brief stroll through the crucible of flux. And then we'll go into number 14, the Traders Hall, and we can mingle, get the vibe, and then we'll head on down to the bank. Does that work for you? Or do
Yeah.
you want to change the order?
No, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you'll
that's
kind of
fine.
pick up where you left off. You'll go down like a couple floors to the like actual guild hall, like shop floor, and it's a primo glass blowing shop. There's all kinds of kilns and instruments, just raw salts and silica that you and there's a bunch of folks down there working too. Everybody kind of gives you, a little wave.
Morning.
But it's like the priest of glass. Glass blowing is almost like a religion. And this guild takes it extremely seriously, and so do you. And you best practice, almost like a ritual practice. Yeah, we'll leave the guild halls, and this is a very nice part of town. Any major guild from any industry that is worth something has a little spot down here for sure. Yeah, we'll take a little stroll across town. And we will pass through the crucible of flux. A massive complex with a magical crucible, like a furnace, but not powered by heat or lava, powered by like raw magical energy, where things are refined and imbued with magic. I'm gonna go walk through this district, and there's this massive shrine in front of this crucible to a giant god that you know nothing of and care not to understand. And on the shop floor, a gargantuan being, a female giant, Zunluck, the Duke of Flux. She stands proud, tall, and firm, channeling all of her energy into this crucible as Dwarf and Goliath add metal after metal to it, enchanting it and imbuing it with raw, like just elemental, like giant rune power. And this whole area just arcs and sparks with this like brilliant, bright, like pink fluid energy. And we'll take a little stroll over to the Traders Hall. A place that you're very familiar with. Where vendors and market stalls of all shapes and sizes congregate here.
Yeah. I mean, I know we had said before there was people that I don't really with anymore, and there's some that I do. So kind of be looking for those that I might think might be disgruntled or I've had conversations with before. Also looking for like any type of potions. I don't really know exactly what I'd be looking for though, so
Okay.
maybe not just yet.
Okay. In terms of people that you don't vibe with or jive with at the moment, any aside from a couple of vendors, but anyone that like deals in glassware or um, uses glassware for parts of machinery. Most of those people know who you are and they don't want to do business with you.
Yeah.
There's a few folks. There's one alchemist and 3 or 4 other like kind of older school vendors that still use like actual hand blown glass pieces to sell for fittings or various machinery, holding liquids. You kind of stop by those people. As you wander through the halls, do you like show your face? Or are you trying to like keep it low key? Got your hood up, got something, or are you just
Mm. I mean, I think I'd have. No, I don't think I would. I feel like okay, if they hate me, they hate me, and I'm probably used to it by now. So I think I'd just be walking through. I don't think I'd be trying to hide.
Okay.
I used to see people's reactions.
Okay?
And
There's a
maybe
few
just go towards
stalls.
the older ones that I know
Sure, yeah.
that are like old school and
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you would wander through Trader's Alley, and there's a few vendors that call them. Oh, there she is, Eliwick the fraud. Coming schlepping your baubles today, huh?
good morning to
How
you
much you
too.
charging? A gold a pop?
Just nod as I keep walking.
Yeah, you're just kind of just getting like
What if we just blow up the whole
berated
city?
and bullied for part of it. Eventually you will come upon the stall. It's like Kieran's premium fittings. Older dwarven gentleman, well into his years. Still sells, glass fittings and like very rare, very delicate, like tubings for very like specific kinds of machinery and tech. Like some of this stuff works with like certain parts of like the elemental technology, but it's just not as like reliant. Like, so there's some people that'll buy it still, but most people won't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there she is. Hey, there she is. Come on over. Okay. What a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. How are you, Kieran? Kieran?
Yeah, Kieran. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How have
Yeah.
you just selling the normal wares?
Yeah. Still got, most of the stuff I bought from you here. I've sold a few things here and there, but
Well, how's business been?
it's moving slow, but it's moving,
Let's start this conversation. Has anybody been giving you any problems or anything like that?
Hey,
I know that it's buying wares off me and and stuff like that. I don't.
I don't even pay attention anymore, sweetie. Honestly, it is.
Yeah.
It's just noise on the wind.
Yeah.
Imagine Eliwick like the guy from Harold and Kumar at the White House. You just want to burn this motherfucker down.
How do you even start that conversation? Yeah, Kieran, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how everything went down and just how well we did and where we are now, and it makes me so angry.
Damn shame.
It is. Don't you ever want to do anything about it?
Yeah. Maybe 100 years ago, yeah. I'm too old to do anything about it now, sweetheart. And just take my licks and moving on.
If it was 100 years ago, what would you do about it?
Suppose, me and all my old union mates probably would have band up and gone on strike or something, or broke some piece of equipment on purpose or something. I don't know. Or stick it to the foreman.
Yeah. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Riot's a young man's game. I'm afraid I'm too old for that.
You're not that old. But you know any young men and women
Sure.
still in the union?
Yeah, sure. A bunch of greenhorns out there. Spry and ready for something.
Would I know where to find them at?
Yeah, at number 11, the Rune Masters Guild.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you got anything new for me, or could use a few more of those Type F cylinder fittings if you got some?
I'll look in my box here.
I mean, those
See what
things
I
are moving.
have.
I mean, I can't say, that these coils these have been sitting here for a little bit. They're just a bit too fragile, I think, for most folk. No one treats the machines with respect anymore, Yeah. Not like how it used to. Yeah. These glass fittings used to work. You gotta treat the machinery right.
Yeah. A complete lack of respect just about everywhere these days.
Yeah. I'll take those, the 4 or 5 fittings you got there. Yeah.
I'll just trade you. You can have these fittings, and I'll take those that aren't selling back.
You sure?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. That's awfully kind of you.
Got to do what we can while we
Right.
can.
Yep. All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you behave now, all right?
I'll try.
Okay. I'll see you around.
All right.
A song of rebellion ringing in her ears.
Yeah, I will turn back and head past the people that were talking shit to me. Hood up this time. They probably don't know me. It doesn't matter, actually. But I will, as I'm walking by their tables, I will try to nonchalantly. Let me see.
Cast delay, cast fireball.
Do you have
I'll
subtle
just
spell?
cast. Huh?
So do you have subtle spell for your meta magics?
No, I didn't take subtle. I
And
think.
that lets you like sneaky cast spells.
Yeah,
I
subtle
did two
spell's good
different
for that stuff.
ones.
There's a lot of good meta magic though.
Yeah, there's some cool ones.
When I'm like 30 feet away from the table, I'm gonna try to subtly cast Gust and just try to blow all their shit over.
Okay. Okay.
Just a little light vandalism.
Starting crime early today.
Can't help the wind.
Roll a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Everyone's got their eyes on you as you walk through the stall.
17 or
Big money, big money, big money. No whammy, stop. Hell no.
That's
It
fine.
stopped on a 16 for me and then clicked to a 3.
6 or 9.
You walk by, cast the gust, and just like sprint away and kind of just shove your way through a crowd. As you are pushing and shoving your way through, trying to just give distance to yourself, you hear shouting over everything. It was her. I knew it was her. Guards, guards, guards. But you slip away. Just barely. So I rolled so poorly. I got a 3 to your 6.
Oh no.
So they definitely know it was you, but you've fled with the scene. And you
Right.
kind of down from here, straight through this big square past the ERC headquarters. You kind of follow this loop down here to 15.
Right.
We find ourselves at Dunlader Bank and Holdings, a very bougie Gringotts style place full of dwarves and gnomes in their best attire, sitting at marbled desks inside of gigantic, like, safe strongholds embedded into the wall.
I'm blind. Where's 15?
It's down like
Just
by
below
the
number 1.
narrows.
Oh, I had my mouse literally over it while I was dragging around it. Okay. There's a hand there. That's why I can't see it.
You approach a desk and a gnome, kind of head tilted back, like staring down through glasses on like the bridge of his nose, says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes. Do I know if I have any money in an account or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes, you can. I would like to close my account today.
Close it. Okay. Are you sure? Is there anything we can do to change your mind?
Well, like what?
Gold is always safe with us, miss.
Well, I guess let's start by. Can we go over how much is in my account? Maybe I'll just take some of it.
Sure, yes. And he kind of slides forward this like stone like tablet, and you've done this before. It's like a enchanted tablet, and he asks you to write down your 5-digit code.
It's a dwarven iPad.
And you scrawl like with your finger onto this tablet, and the runes kind of trace your finger, light up, and then fade. And one of the many, safe vaults sitting behind the desk of this gnome, like twists and pops open just barely. And he grabs this like huge ladder, like floor to ceiling ladder that's on rollers, and like swings it over and climbs up. He's up there for a minute and kind of sifting through, and strolls back down. And it's yes. So you want to know your balance? Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Scrawls it on this tablet, the stone tablet, and slides it back over to you. It's 2,756 gold.
Damn. Okay.
Time to fund a revolution.
What I'm saying. Okay, well, how about if I could take out a loan? Also, I've got like a big idea, like a new business idea, and I'm just trying to like weigh my options here.
Trying to sunset this city as well.
Okay. So a business loan.
Yeah.
And how much were you thinking?
Well, if I have like 3,000 gold.
Okay. Yes, let me do some math real quick. Yes.
Okay.
She's going for the Faerun triple double. She's going for vandalism, fraud, and murder all in one day.
Okay. Let me take this to my financier real quick. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Just get approval before I give you the offer. Good. Comes back a few minutes later, just sitting in this very gilded, marbled bank building. There's numerous desks, just like the one you're sitting at. Eventually comes back and says, okay. I think we can approve this loan for you. What sort of term were you looking for?
Well, not real sure. What are your typical terms you offer?
Normally, it's a 3 to 4 year term, but we do have some options for longer if you wish.
No, I think 3 years would be just fine.
Okay.
So if I could do that and take out some of my gold, then I think I'll have enough to start up my idea.
Okay. And just, so here's the offer, lays out all the terms and everything. Essentially, it's 83 gold a month for 3 years.
Like I get 83 gold a month?
No, that's your like you
That's when you have to pay
get
back.
your $3,000 loan, but you owe 83 gold per month with a 25 gold like transaction fee.
Okay. Okay.
Eliwick marks in her mind. Gotta burn down the bank before
Yeah,
this is
so it's
over.
like a little over. It's like like a little over 100 gold a month to pay off this loan for the next 3 years.
Damn. I should have asked for more.
We're adventurers with a flying castle in the main campaign, and we don't make that.
Oh no. Okay, I think that sounds great. Very doable, very manageable. So yeah, that would be great. And then I'll take out some of mine, and then I think I'll be good to go.
Okay. Yeah. Just all right. Let me. You just give me some time to gather all this paperwork, and then how much are you wanting to withdraw from your own account?
I feel like it's gonna cause a red flag if I say all of. I think 2,000 will be fine. 2,000 on my own, and the 3,000 loan would be perfect.
Okay. Yes, let me gather all this paperwork and I will be back to you shortly. And he returns like 20-30 minutes later with like a fucking stack of parchment as well as his financier to oversee everything. And you spend several minutes just reading through and signing at the dotted line over and over and over and over and over again. And then the financier is madame, it's a very skinny, like gnomish man with like just a big like curly mustache and like a pointy like goatee. Do you have your own security to transport this sum of gold somewhere, or
Just gonna
Like,
carry
it's quite a bit
secure-
for
30 pounds.
one person to hold? I mean, unless you've a bag of holding.
I didn't think about how heavy all that gold would be.
You're like a merchant. You got a bag of holding, right, DM?
Well, how many bags? It'd probably be like, what, 3 bags? 3-4 bags of gold? I don't have, like, security people with me. Could I fit it in my box? Don't I have my wares box? Could I slip it into that, you think, DM, and like it not be as like noticeable?
So
Doing some math here real quick.
5,000 quarters would be around 62 pounds.
How much? How many?
5,000 quarters would be around 62 pounds. So I'm not sure what the difference between a quarter weight and like a gold coin weight would be, but
Isn't gold pretty light?
I feel like gold coins are a little thicker.
I'm cooking here.
Kind of bank loan doesn't come with a loaner bag of holding to carry the money out.
Oh, I can always just come back.
I think D&D rules it would be 100 pounds because it looks like rules as written 1 pound of gold is worth 50 GP. Like 1 pound of gold coins is 50 GP. So
I did real math. The average weight of one gold coin is 33 grams. And then I times that by 5,000, which is 165,000. Then I converted 165,000 grams to pounds, and it's 363 pounds.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
You got this. You know what they say about them Eliwicks? Strong legs.
I think I'm gonna have to come back because I didn't think about transporting it. I mean, you got like, do you all have a means of transporting it somewhere? You offer that kind of service,
Scrooge
or should I
McDuck
just come back?
Yes,
wheelbarrow.
yes.
Would it
Right,
be
we can-
discreet?
Sure, yes, of course, of course.
I need everybody knowing my business. Okay, can you just deliver it then, or how's that work?
Yes, we can deliver it to an address of your choice.
Sure. Yeah. And I'll write down the address of the guild hall.
Yeah, just the fee will be just 1% of the sum.
That is because Anna nor Ellywick is gonna math. That's fine. Taken. Can you just take that fee out of what I
That's
already
correct.
have?
It's a 1% fee of 5,000 gold. That'd be 50 gold.
50 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
If
Can-
that's what you wish, sure. Yes.
Yeah, if you could just take the fee out of what I still have in the bank, that would be fantastic.
Okay. So what you have left will, after your withdrawal plus the fee, will be 706 gold.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Give us a few hour, and we'll deliver it in one trip to your
Perfect.
residence. Yes.
Yeah, and it will be discreet. It ain't gonna be like people with the bank name on them and stuff like that.
No, it will be discreet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have pleasure doing business with you all.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, sign what I need to sign and head out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you finish up, all of that stuff. Head back to your place, a few hours later, there's just unmarked, carriage being towed by these like large like a cross between like a dog and like a bison. Very large animal.
Like deep rose.
And yeah, there's a few gentlemen that kind of just help you, and it's all in crates, unmarked crates, no sacks, no nothing. They just help you unload, like if you're receiving a shipment of supplies.
Sure.
Do you guys mind going a little bit longer, or do we
No,
want to
dude,
cut it?
That's fine with me.
I'm
I'm
chilling.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's push on a bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, Ellywick, you button up all of your stuff and get this hefty sum of gold delivered to your residence. 5,000 gold in this city is like enough to like purchase and fully kit out like a guild hall.
Okay. Perfect.
And
I
this
know what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah, and this is the majority of what you have to your name plus a loan with some kind of shitty terms.
And
Yeah.
she's a fail.
Yeah.
How many bombs does that buy?
How many militias can we outfit with 5,000?
And so we'll do some fast forwarding, Ellywick, you kind of just return to your studio apartment and kind of just staring at these just crates full of gold. And just what comes next after this? What's the bright idea? What's the next venture? Barack, you finish up your treatment with the Stone Ward family. At this point, for you, it's not. I wouldn't even call it treatment, but you don't tell them that. For you, it's a habit. It's a ritual. These treatments don't do anything for your ailment. You just enjoy the company of these other people, like-minded folk. But you found as the weeks have gone on, as their creams and their treatments, their little rituals and everything, don't do much to change what's going on, right? Not that you're necessarily like in pain all of the time, but whatever they're doing is not stopping the colony of fire mites that live inside of your body.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Barack, going blow for blow, or not Barack, Wolfrin, sorry, going blow for blow on this trawler boat in the geyser fens, taking wave after wave, exchanging spell and persuasive message with this elemental being. Nothing works. Eventually you vanquish this being. Dissipates and explodes in like a gasp of aspiration.
I was pretty sure I was gonna run out of spells before that thing beat our ass, so I'm glad.
And you finish your patrol, get your readings, but that pylon where you ran into the elemental that manifested itself, the readings were a little higher than what they should be.
Mhm.
Mostly within a safe range, but there were some fluctuations outside of the safety range, and I will let you notate in your report how you choose.
I will choose to omit that. I will say
Okay.
that they were fluctuating, but not outside of normal.
That works for me. And then I would imagine the next few days kind of carry on like this. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do? Because it was 2 days before, so this is 1 day. Is there anything else? Anything else you want to explore? Anything you want to see? Or do we want to meet up with old Rankle?
I think Wolfrin would try to meet up with other coworkers that he knows like don't like what's happening to the elementals, because I think he could try to swing them into joining this cause as well.
Okay.
But other than that, I can't think of anything. And he would
Anyone
leave a note with Geraldine about the muffins for his friends that almost died, or his new coworkers that almost died.
Yeah, she needs double cakes next time.
Yeah.
Barak
like-
would. Oh no, you can go.
No.
I was just over the next day, he would probably, just with not knowing what's coming next, try to clean up his home. Because I imagine this apartment is just in a bit of disarray from like the last few, what I would imagine are months of neglect to the house. The bird kind of being the only area of the home that seems somewhat maintained.
Okay.
And we're fast forwarding up to like the 2 in the morning. before Barak would leave, just because he doesn't really know what is going to come of this meeting or what's going to come next. He would open up the cage and let old little Petrie, the cave swallow, out of the cage with the window open. So if he doesn't come back for some reason, like if he gets arrested or something worse happens, that the bird can get out of the room and go try to be a bird.
Okay.
I think the next day I would also try to get that I forget the names, but the guys on the trawler, the ones that were like talking about how things are getting worse. I would try to swing them as well, I think.
Ooh,
Or
crime. Crime.
I'd like gauge their reactions of, and then just kind of like, I wouldn't like flat out tell them, hey, meet us here, but I'd be like talking about how it seems to be getting worse and stuff like that.
They give you the boatmen specifically. They give you kind of mixed feelings. Like they kind of they're kind of like, yeah, man, I feel yeah, great if something happened like that, but they're also like apprehensive to like yeah.
Standing on it.
And then there's a couple of your coworkers
Not standing on business, I understand.
There's
all
your
talk.
coworkers that kind of like humor you if you mentioned like, hey, do you want to meet up, tonight? There's something going on, like yada yada. There's like 2 or 3 of your coworkers that like agreed to show up.
Okay.
And then Eliwick, what's a whole nother day?
Whole nother day.
Does she take out another loan?
Does she rob a different bank?
No. I think Eliwick would want to visit Barak before we do this other meetup, but also throughout this day, I think she would spend time creating like little glass, real thin, well, maybe not super thin, sturdy enough, but little glass, like, I want to say like slips of paper, but it's not a slip of paper. Something that,
Like a glass
yeah,
pane?
like multiple little glass sheets to later etch on.
Like
I
little
think in her
glass
head, like,
discs.
yeah, like if this goes somewhere, if like not knowing really what this meeting's about, but trying to think of how to spread the word if that's what's going to happen. So trying to prepare something that she could etch on for it to be like disseminated amongst the masses. But I wouldn't etch anything on it yet.
Okay, yeah, you can make like several of these like glass sheets. Store them in a crate very delicately, like some parchment in between each one. Okay. Whoa. Fast forward to 2:17 a.m.
Boom.
At the address written on the parchment by Rankle Spursprocket. Individually, I would imagine Barak gets there first. Would you go right in? Or would you wait?
The outside of this place for a meeting, is it like would I look shady standing outside?
So you find yourself in the cogs.
Yeah.
Deep within its like districts, there's kind of like a lift that'll take you up to a different floor, and this address is on a top floor of just like a warehouse, like workshop building.
Okay.
Going to a rave.
Then yeah, I imagine he would kind of wait, especially being there like early. He would probably wait.
Okay. Kind of hanging out front, and like kind of just across the street from you, there's like another dwarven man, like has like a collar up, kind of hiding part of his face. He's kind of just he like walks and kind of just pauses, like looks around, makes eye contact with you, and just starts to act all nonchalant, like leans up against the wall across the street.
Recognize this man?
No. And after a while, like another gnome walks on, he like down to this like lift entrance, kind of looks around awkwardly, sees you, and like looks even more awkward, and then glances around and sees this dwarf, and kind of relaxes a little bit and goes over and stands by him, and they're just talking very quietly. Almost, like 5 till. Comes Wolfrin around the corner. Shortly after, followed by Eliwick. And Wolfrin, you would recognize this dwarf and this gnome across the street, some of your co-workers. 2 of the 3 that said they would show up actually showed up.
Sweet.
Nice.
Kind of give you a wave and kind of like saunter on over and kind of wave to Barak and Eliwick and hey, how are you? Yep. Just
Good
small
to see you.
talk.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So what's all this about?
How do you explain that? I think this is a place a lot of people upset with how things are going to meet.
The place is on the top floor, so should we just go up?
I think we just go in.
Okay.
We shall go.
Group of you get on this little lift, takes you to the top floor of this like factory warehouse building. And you enter this workshop, crackling with electricity and elemental energy. Any window is illuminated by the arcing spires that hang on all of the top buildings of the cogs, and several people gather in this noisy kind of workshop. And standing right by the entrance, kind of turns around and sees it's, oh, well. Glad 3 of you showed up. And you brought friends, too.
It's good to see you again.
Likewise. Sorry about the noise, but it'll make sure no one hears what we're talking about, right?
Fair
Sure.
enough. Looking around, how many people do we see in here?
Yeah, there's obviously some folks represented on the map, but there's a few others. There's, little, 16, 17 people in this room. Well,
We could take at
All
least
right.
one fire giant with this many people. At least one, right?
yeah, all right. And Ranko kind of stands up, steps up onto like the railing, It's all right. Hear ye, hear ye. I'm about to swear in the first meeting for whatever the hell this group is called. But gathered here tonight is a group of like-minded individuals. Folks that are tired of the status quo, if you will. Folks that want to get back to how things used to be, am I right? So a bunch of people kind of step up and they're like, yeah. Now, the way I see it, those in this room, we're but one tiny spark, right? But we all know what happens to a spark on a shop floor covered in grease and oil, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's be the flame. The righteous flame that takes over the city. It's after a wildfire, after an inferno. The land heals, it grows back, it becomes prosperous once more. Am I right?
You are right.
Okay. Now, has anyone got any ideas? I've got a few, but I'd like to open up the floor. Anyone? No one?
I think we hit him as hard as we can everywhere we can.
Like where your head's at.
Take out. Oh, what is that place called? I just walked through it.
Crucible.
Yeah. Maybe take out the crucible. And
Crucible.
that means the
I mean-
production.
There's just a mere handful of us. I think the crucible may be a bit much at this moment, but I like where your head's at. Maybe we work towards destabilizing this crucible. But going back to hitting them as hard as we can, everywhere we can, right? Let me piggyback off that, if you will let me.
Of course.
Now, Mr. Wolfrin, was it?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. How's your shift on the geyser fence today?
Quite harrowing, actually. There were some air elementals that attacked the trawler, but we were able to make it back safe.
Okay. I have some informants, some disgruntled individuals that work on the docks that aren't, quite brave enough yet to show themselves here, but them folks are disgruntled. They're unhappy. They're tired of these elementals disrupting, the day-to-day. Their anger, causes chaos and unnecessary turmoil for an honest day's work. Am I right? Okay. Maybe with your prowess, if you will, with this machinery, maybe something goes wrong at the geyser fence.
I think it's only a matter of time before that happens anyway.
And maybe, I'm just spitballing here, but what if the day something goes wrong, a bunch of people call off work?
You said the ones that showed up from my job, they seemed like tentative. They weren't like fully in.
They walked in here with you guys, and they're kind of both like staring at you, kind of like nodding their heads. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then Wolfern will say, will mention the levels were like off today already. So I think with I get Wolfern would know just like the amount of time before something would eventually go bad from the level where they are. Since I didn't like report it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're seeing destabilization, then destabilize those pylons, right? And then you, Barack, was it?
Yes.
Everyone, here, come here, sir, come here. Kind of grabs you by the wrist and holds up your arm. Everyone, I want you to see this. One of our very own, afflicted by the flux. I'm sure each and every one of you know somebody that's been overcame by this sickness. Not everyone's able to keep on like this man is. And he looked those Goliath guardsmen right in the face in the midst of disaster on the shop floor, and he turned in his hammer, he turned in his apron, and quit the job. Now, Barack, you got any friends from that shop floor? Anyone else like us?
Oh,
Anyone
Would-
willing to disrupt the assembly lines, is what I'm saying.
would Barack have any? Would there be anyone he would know of?
I'm sure there's a few folks. I'm sure
Okay.
there's a few, yeah.
There may be a few, but
Everybody working that night except for the guy that didn't want to take a
do
break.
not-
That guy's a mark.
He kind of like steps down and walks off to like a different part of the workshop, and then like grabs this like lantern, this heavy metal lantern with these like glass windows that are just lit with a inferno of flame. He's like, he kind of puts it down in front of you and keeps talking to everybody. It'd be a shame if kind of puts his foot up on this lantern, if another fire elemental broke loose on the shop floor, wouldn't it? This right here, my friend, is canned heat, elemental in a bottle.
You said it's an elemental.
Yes, sir.
What about?
Plenty more just like it.
It would be a shame.
Yeah, be a shame if, these fine creatures got released somehow, have their own free will.
It would, and it is a shame we did not clear our workstation, so we will have to go back for our supplies.
It is, isn't it? It is. And then he kind of turns around to the rest of you. You three, kind of points to the three that are gathered on the platform on the right side. My representatives from the Miners Guild. East and Western veins have been too prosperous lately. Too many days, quote, without incident, if you will. I don't suppose, the three of you could coerce some of your fellow union members to, agitate some of these earthen elementals or some of the deep wraths that lie in these caverns, could you? Cause a real incident? Be a shame if the entrance to that mithril vein caved in, wouldn't it? Lifeblood of the city. Every ticket on that Hellfire Forge shop floor's got mithril on it. Be a damn shame, wouldn't it? kind of all chiming in. Yeah, it would be, huh? Yeah, maybe we could do that.
Just making sure I was writing these down.
Unless anyone else got something to add. What do we think?
We think it is a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would I be able to like try to pinpoint what day I would think that like things would get critical with the readings I saw today? To try to like
Could be any time now.
anytime now.
Any minute
Mm.
now.
I was like, if I could plan or try to plan by the day, or like I could let people know, or we could let people know ahead of time.
But I would also say you have the knowledge and like the experience with this machinery to where you could destabilize things yourself if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I could, but if they get out and I'm on a boat in the middle of this water, I'm fucked.
Yeah, there's a risk factor involved. Yes.
Oh wait, do I have anything with a swim speed?
I think
though?
with these distractions, these excursions, we can occupy the giants and their guards, right?
Mm.
And with that, I think a moment where, given enough backing, we could do something on that shop floor of the Hellfire Forge.
One level too low for me to get swim speed.
And what would
What do you
this
want?
something be?
I've been developing something. A bomb, if you will, that could destabilize the conduit at this forge and make the entire shop floor go crumbling down into the lava below. And that mighty sacred anvil with it. We've plenty of ancient anvils strewn throughout the city. Some dusty, some in the slag pits, as you know. Once prestigious pieces of shop equipment, seen the metals and forged the blades and armors of thanes of old. We have the skill, we have the prowess. We don't need these giants no more.
We never did.
I hear
Yeah.
they're working on some new mining project outside of Neverwinter, trying to coerce their kingdom into letting them get the rights to upheave their land for some relic. We're going to let them spread this devastation on to our neighbors? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love this plan.
Right. Well, we'll get into the nitty-gritty here tonight and over the next few days. Everyone's going to play a part in this. Each and every one of you are vital cogs in the wheel here. And he continues to carry on with his motivational speech and rousing everybody on this noisy factory floor as machine and gears whir and churn and crackle with energy. That's where we'll end our session for this week.
If I don't, so I remember, I want to see if anybody in the room seems like put off by any of this.
Yeah, are there any
Or,
narcs in the
like,
narcs in the
we don't
audience?
have to do it now. I just want to say it so I don't forget.
Give me a insight check.
17.
The gentleman in the left middle, right here, is a little quiet throughout all this.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we'll end.
I'm gonna turn that guy into paste next session. Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. No D&D next week, right? The 26th?
Unless we want to push it to a different day, but yeah.
I'd be down aiming for a different day next
I can do a
week.
different
We
day.
can figure it out.
I'll tweet it out if we're
Okay.
doing D&D. If not, we'll be back the next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay.
Love you guys. Peace.